Hallelujah. How's it going? My name is Blessious, and I just want to say thank you guys for all of the support ever since the channel was created. I mean, it's mind-blowing. We just hit 21,000. I know this is late. I was supposed to be a 20K Q&A, but we hit 21,000. We're about to hit 22,000, and I don't understand why you guys watch my videos or support me. But I'm beyond appreciative, and I'm so grateful for the positive community that we have here. And yeah, so let's get on to the questions, but just know that I am very, very thankful for all of your support. Let's go. First question from Mukin Pandi. What is the song that you use in the video? If you're talking about my intro and outro song, it's a song that it was I forget the common use song, but basically I was given the parts. There was basically you had choices to actually get like 4 parts of the song: the vocals, instrumentals, bass, and then something else. I don't know, guitar work or something like that. And so what I did is I stripped everything down and I just used the one upbeat part of it and I created the song. So technically it is kind of like original, kind of not. But yeah, it's a song that you probably can't find anywhere. I can tell you that, especially this version. So it's my own song? Yeah, I guess. Jonathan asks, what was my first video game? I can tell you that back in the day, I believe it was a NES game. It was probably Super Mario Duck Hunt, like the combo one you got for that. And then, yeah, I remember so many games. I remember being on Nintendo for a while, and I remember getting my first Super Nintendo, and I remember going to actually Toys R Us with my dad to get Donkey Kong Country. But to answer your question, definitely Super Mario Duck Hunt. That's the first game I can ever remember. Connor asks, what is my favorite class and subclass in Destiny? Also eat cake in your 20K video, please. I have no cake, I'm sorry. But I don't have a favorite. I mean, I do play Striker Titan a lot. But when Taken King came out, I was a Hammer Bro back when they were like God mode, Beast mode. I enjoy Hunters. I enjoy Warlocks. I mean, if I could get a year to nothing manacles for my Warlock, I'd probably play as Warlock for a while, avoid Warlock. But no, I'm enjoying Striker Titans just because for me, it's easy to use, and I don't know, I'm the king of lightning grenades. Victor Gal asks, hey Bless, question mark for you. If you're driving at a car at the speed of light and you turn your headlights on, what happens? Thanks. Lord Xenophantus asks, where can I hear some of your featured voice acting? If you don't know, after I left radio, I was doing voice acting for a while, at least trying to, and I made it on a bunch of apps. But like the most notable thing I ever voiced was Wasteland 2, the version that came out for Xbox and PlayStation. So if you ever want to hear me, I believe my character name is something McDade, Ascension McDade in there. You can Google it, it exists, it's real. Jack Thompson asks, what was my dream job? Before I left radio, I wanted to be a person in charge of a radio station, a program director. You know, you get to call the shots on the radio station, you program the music, you program the liners that go in between, you manage what like the on-air people say. That's what I wanted. Then when I left radio, I just wanted to become a professional voice actor. But right now, for me, I don't know, I would love to do this full time. That's my dream, that's my goal. Just do this, make sure I can just pay all my bills, and then start doing like charitable things for it. Maybe like do like, you know, once a month, or you know, once every other week, do like a long stream and all proceeds go to a charity. That's something that I really want to do. Bob Chris asks, favorite pizza topping and music genre? My favorite music genre is, I don't know, I love indie pop rock. I love like anything that sounds like it's from the 80s, like new music. If you sound like the 80s, I love you. But anything except country, really. Anything but like country. And I can do like the 90s country, like the poppy country. I can't just do anything else other than, no, I can't touch country. Ugh. That crazy guy. Why did you start YouTube? What made you get this far and why? Why did I start YouTube? Ever since YouTube first came out, I remember being like 17, 16, and just watching the old original stuff. Like back in like 2006, it was probably like when YouTube started really like first like getting like skyrocketing up. And like, you know, you had like the videos of like the Numa guy and what is it? Is it the squirrel that looks back? I forget, but the keyboard cat and all that stuff. And I don't know, like I always wanted to create. And I remember seeing Angry Video Game Nerd and just really being blown away. I remember just I remember finding Angry Video Game Nerd in 2008 and binge watching all of his stuff up until then, and then following him until like he really doesn't make that much anymore. I know that he has his own like channel and website, Cinemassacre, and he does other things, but I don't know, like the OG Angry Video Game Nerd probably is like why I wanted to do YouTube. And then I started seeing like JonTron. I binge watched all of JonTron. I was introduced to Game Grumps. I like the OG Game Grumps. I haven't really followed them since. I respect Markiplier. Run JD Run was a huge influence. That's why in the old videos I started with a green screen behind me. I really try to emulate that, but it's really hard to edit, and that's why I figured, hey, it might be better and more beneficial to have a background. And I guess that's why I wanted to start it. Fun fact, this channel, if you search it, it says BR Gaming Couch. That's because back in 2012, my friend back home, Max, and I created the Backroom Gaming Couch. If you get the reference, you're awesome. But what we wanted to do is basically a rip-off of Game Grumps, basically. But we would just play video games. I remember playing Gex for PlayStation. And what we would do is he would come over to my house. We would record on my huge 60-inch, and we would have this crappy microphone in between us. And it was so horrible. It was so horrible. I wish I didn't delete all the stuff. I was so, like, looking back, I don't know why I deleted it. And, yeah, that's where this channel was originally. I think we got to, like, 30 subscribers. And so when I started making Destiny stuff, I changed everything to the name Blessious. And that's where, like, I started gaining subscribers. I remember I posted a couple videos. My first video was like a hopscotch pilgrim, like, hey, look what I can do kind of thing, to Reddit. And it didn't go over well. And then I got the Goodbye Gallahorn Year 1 video, and I put a lot of time and effort into that. And I was like, man, the only way I'll make it is if I make Movie of the Week on Bungie.net, and that's like my driving force behind it. But yeah, Bungie never approved that for like the community submission, but that was like the thing that really launched me. And then I just started making more and more, and then I stopped. And then when Ticket King came out, I was like really playing that, trying to like play with my friends. I was like racing everyone, and just to get like leveled up and like unlock all the secrets. Sleeper Simulator, where are you? And I remember being like recent 40 on the Dreadnought, and I was like throwing hammers into a cave, and like there was like this weird glitch, and I posted that to Reddit, and that was like my most watched thing ever on Reddit, my most thumbed up thing. And I think that's where I got my most of my propulsion is from that video. Fun long story. Yeah. Clicker mushroom, dancing otters, or mischievous dolphins. I'll take the dolphins any day. DH Gaming / Dark Hunter Gaming. How did you come up with the name Blessious? Well, the original name of the channel back when my friend and I were doing it was Backroom Gaming Couch. And then when like I was like, well, that's dead, and, like we're states away, I changed everything to Blessious, and I got that name because my last name is Blessing. And I remember like when I was in high school, I used to play World of Warcraft, and I made an undead priest, and I named it Blessious because I was like, hey, you know, undead priest, Blessious, clever name. And so I was just thinking like, what's a cool name for a channel? And I thought of that, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Matt asks, do you have autism?
I would just like to ask, how many of you have autism, and if so, has it helped you?
Yeah, that's a fairly personal thing to ask. think we're going to refuse that question, I think.
I don't know why that reminded me of like that. You know, I don't know if you ever seen that, like the cringe video of like Minecon where the kid asked developers of Minecraft if they have autism. But no, I don't. At least I don't think I do. I'm sorry. Mason Rootman asks, what was my first ever exotic in Destiny? That would either be back when Destiny first came out and there was the loot cave, and it was either Patience in Time or Icebreaker. I got them back to back, and I don't remember which one, but I also remember getting the Badger CL and Grim Citizen from that. And that was back before, like, you know, legendaries were common drops. That was back for like if you got a purple, you're like, oh my gosh. Like back in the day, everything was rare. Quest asks, what is your favorite JRPG? Final Fantasy IX, hands down. That's my favorite Final Fantasy, and that's the most fun I've ever. I went through that game 5 times. I beat it 4 or 5 times, and I can't. Man, if they like HD remastered that, I'm talking like redid it like they do in Final Fantasy. Mwah, I would love that. Skip 8. I'm not a fan of 8. Dylan asks, do I swear? Here's a funny story. When I get near a microphone, I can't swear. It's just something like having a huge radio background. You have to you have to just think quickly of other words to say, and then that, and other like you couldn't swear. So like in my vocabulary, as soon as the microphone's off, I probably swear a lot. I swear a lot, but just having a radio background, it's so hard for me to swear. But unless I'm doing a horror video game where like it's like I get a jump scare and I like can't control it, that's the only time like you might hear it, really, honestly. Xenos Gaming, or Xenobios Gaming, sorry I mutilated that. What made you want to do YouTube? Is it for fun, fame, or money? And who's my favorite girl in Destiny you think is hot? LOL. I'm going to answer that carefully and say my fiance. That's my favorite girl in Destiny, her character. I'd get in trouble if I answer anything else. And what made me want to do YouTube? I just want to emulate, like I said, like the people that came before, like JonTron, Angry Video Game Nerd, and I wanted to do something, and I wanted to see if I threw anything out there, and if anything would stick. That's honestly what it is, and it's definitely for fun, and I feel like it'd be a waste if I stopped doing it. So I try to do one every day, and I try to have one up every day, 9 a.m. my time. That's 10 Eastern. And I know sometimes I can't hit that, especially with this new job I just got. But I'm trying my hardest just to like have one out every day. And if you enjoy the videos, just know that you are definitely the reason why I do it, honestly. So it's a mixture of fun, but definitely it's more of just you guys that support me. And I feel like I'd let you down if I stopped. Vipson, if YouTube money started outgrowing your money from your current job, would you quit your job and become a 100% full-time YouTuber, even though you still upload daily, LOL? I do upload daily, and if I don't, I apologize. Something probably horrible happened in real life, and that's why. If I ever got sustainable money from doing YouTube, I would probably try to do 2 videos every day and just live what I want to do. Like, that's what I want to do. And because it's a mixture of, I've said this in a previous video, YouTube is a mixture of everything I've ever done in my professional career. It has like being on camera, talking into a microphone, that has like the DJ element, creating the videos, that has the element from when I used to edit videos for work and do commercials for Comcast, audio editing, that's back when I used to do imaging, like make liners for radio stations, and it's everything that I've ever done. And even has Photoshop for like thumbnails, and I used to do Photoshopping. It's everything that I used to do, and it feels it's the one thing that I've ever done that I've said to myself, this is for me. So to answer your question, yes. Yes. The Real Claw, do you stream or will you ever stream? I do stream. I don't have a schedule, but you can find me at twitch.tv/Blessious. And yeah, I've been up there for a while. I think I'm near like 2,000 followers. And yeah, I try to stream as much as I can. And who knows, you might find me on other places streaming. I don't know if I can talk about that. I don't know. Emmett Clancy asks, what is this new job that you speak of, and why would they make you shave off your beard? Yeah, if you haven't noticed, back in the day I used to have a nice beard that I was pretty proud of. You might see a little stubble. That's because it's the weekend. I have off Sunday, and I have off tomorrow, Monday, and so I just don't shave. But the new job is I was in radio my entire life. I was doing voiceovers. Voiceover money is like weird because if you hit a job, you get either a nice amount of money, a moderate amount of money, or if you don't get anything, you don't get anything, which is scary. So my fiance wanted me to find a job, and it was for the best. And so like I was looking all over, and like we just moved here. I followed my fiance because she was stationed where we lived in Virginia, and now we're in Tennessee. And so I followed her out here, and there's no radio jobs whatsoever. So I was looking for a job around the range of money that I was making in radio, and I found a job as a manager at a Chick-fil-A. So that is what I do. Who are you in real life, and what do I do for fun? This is what I do for fun. Yeah. I don't know if that's sad or cool. Will you become a moderator of the subreddit r/Blessious? There's a Reddit page? I have a Reddit page? I didn't make a Reddit page. Someone made a Reddit page? What? Other than Phantom Menace, what's my favorite Star Wars? Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Star Wars, then Revenge of the Sith, then Episode 2, then Phantom. Wait, the new one's not in there. Oh, the new one's awesome. It's in my top 3. It goes Empire Strikes Back, the new one, Return of the Jedi, Star Wars. Yeah, there you go. What is my favorite anime? Dragon Ball Z. Man, back in the day, I could tell you anything about Dragon Ball Z. Anything. Vegeta's my boy. Have you ever gone Super Saiyan 3? Have I? How long have I been on YouTube? With Blessious is my moniker since late August, September, but since then, probably since, like, I've had this account since 2012. Hush asks, who is the sexiest Destiny YouTuber that you know of? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We all know who it is. Let's get the microphone up.
It's you, Hush. It's always been you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that there was a lot of questions that you wanted me to ask, and I'm sorry I didn't get all of them, but just know that, like I said before, I am super appreciative for all of your support. And guys, if it wasn't for you, I probably would have stopped this a long time ago. Until next time, guys, thank you for everything.
Cowabunga.